Did you know that Paraguay has some incredibly bizarre laws, or that this country harbors numerous mysteries and unbelievable stories? In this video, we will embark on a journey to explore the 15 most unique forbidden laws in Paraguay, while unveiling the mysteries and oddities hidden within this nation. From allowing duels to banning solo travel, believe me, Paraguay will truly shock you again and again. Number 15. Allowing duels. If you see two Paraguayans pointing guns at each other in front of a crowd of security personnel, medical staff, and curious onlookers, don't try to be a hero and stop them. They are engaging in a duel, and this is completely legal under Paraguayan law. The government's allowance of dueling has sparked much controversy and backlash, both internationally and domestically. While dueling was once a common way to resolve conflicts in history, in modern times it is viewed as inhumane and a violation of human rights. This decision is seen by some as a regression to a barbaric era where law and justice were not respected. However, supporters of legalizing duels argue that it provides a direct and honorable way to resolve personal conflicts. They believe that allowing duels could reduce covert violence and personal revenge by bringing these conflicts into the open and under state supervision. Nevertheless, duels often lead to further enmity, resulting in more revenge duels. If you visit Paraguay, you might witness such duels, but as I mentioned, never step in to stop them. Number 14. Banning abortion. If a Paraguayan man gets a woman pregnant, there is a 99% chance he will witness the birth of his child, whether he wants to or not. This is because Paraguay, like many other Latin American countries, has some of the strictest abortion laws in the world. Specifically, abortion is only allowed if the mother's life is at risk. This policy has sparked much debate, particularly given the high rate of teenage pregnancies in the country. Many teenagers, due to a lack of sexual education and contraception, face severe consequences from unwanted pregnancies. Banning abortion not only increases the risk of unsafe illegal abortions, endangering the health and lives of young girls, but also forces many to abandon their educational and career aspirations to raise children. This policy also reflects gender inequality, severely restricting women's rights to decide about their bodies and lives. Despite the opposition, these regulations remain in place, causing significant societal issues in Paraguay. Number 13. Banning cryptocurrency. If you're involved in cryptocurrency mining or have accounts on crypto exchanges, you should reconsider visiting Paraguay, as you will find it very difficult to access your accounts while in the country. Paraguay has issued a ban on cryptocurrency, a surprising move as more countries around the world are accepting and regulating digital currencies. This decision stems from concerns about economic security, money laundering, and terrorist financing, as well as the lack of robust legal frameworks to manage cryptocurrency transactions. While cryptocurrency is seen as a potential tool for innovation and technological advancement, the Paraguayan government is worried that the lack of control could lead to serious financial and legal issues. This ban also aims to protect consumers from the high volatility of cryptocurrency value and fraudulent activities. Thus, Paraguayans are heavily restricted in their use of cryptocurrency, and as mentioned, you will face similar issues within the country's borders. Number 12. Banning solo travel. When in Paraguay, you should absolutely avoid going out alone at night, not because of supernatural forces, but because Paraguay has a significant crime problem. Paraguay faces rising crime rates, particularly in urban areas and nearby regions. Although the country is known for its beautiful landscapes and rich culture, security concerns have become a major issue for both locals and tourists. Common crimes include theft, robbery, and armed assaults. To address the situation, Paraguayan authorities have implemented numerous regulations to enhance public safety. One important measure is strongly advising both residents and visitors not to travel alone at night. This recommendation aims to reduce the risk of becoming a crime victim while increasing the police and security presence in sensitive areas. Additionally, the government has initiated community education programs on personal safety and encourages people to participate in self-defense groups. Although these measures might be inconvenient for some, they are deemed necessary to protect safety and create a more secure environment for living and traveling in Paraguay. Number 11. Don't talk about wealth and poverty. In Paraguay, avoid asking disadvantaged people why they are in such circumstances. They will likely become angry and say that the rich have stolen their wealth. The uneven distribution of resources, especially land, is a severe issue in Paraguay, with 80% of the land owned by just 2.5% of the population, and 161 individuals controlling 90% of the nation's wealth. The wealth gap in Paraguay has become a highly contentious issue. These figures illustrate a significant concentration of power and resources in the hands of a small group, while the majority of Paraguay's population, particularly the poor, face difficult living conditions and lack opportunities. This injustice and inequality in resource distribution not only escalate poverty and social instability, but also heighten anger and opposition among the disadvantaged. The poor in Paraguay strongly protest the policies and systems causing this disparity, demanding fairness and equal opportunities for everyone. Social movements and NGOs organize protests and activities to improve living conditions and protect the rights of the poor. However, their efforts have not resulted in much change, which is why the poor become angry when discussing poverty. Number 10. Sleep comfortably. If you have problems with your sleep, you can go to Paraguay, a place where everyone falls asleep easily. Paraguayans are often known to live a simple and comfortable life, which can be seen in many aspects of daily life, including the way they sleep. With a warm climate and fertile soil, Paraguayans often have a comfortable sleep habit, often called. A short after lunch is not only an opportunity to rest and refresh, but also a time to enjoy family meals and meet friends. This creates a space of relaxation and gathering, demonstrating the spirit of solidarity and family in Paraguayan society. Besides napping, Paraguayans often have the habit of sleeping early and waking up early in the morning, reflecting a lifestyle close to nature and preparing for a new working day. Number 9. Land of drugs. I think this is not really a strange thing, but it must be said that it is a scary thing in Paraguay. If you are walking in Paraguay and suddenly someone invites you to try drugs, don't be surprised, because this country is truly a land where drug criminals operate very easily. Paraguay is one of the hot spots for drug crime in South America, playing an important role in international drug smuggling routes. This country has a favorable geographical location with long and loose borders and easy access to neighboring countries such as Brazil, Argentina, and Bolivia. These characteristics make Paraguay an important transit hub for cocaine and marijuana. Marijuana is the most produced drug in Paraguay, with thousands of hectares of agricultural land used to grow the plant. Large volumes of marijuana from Paraguay are mainly smuggled to Brazil and Argentina, where demand is high. In addition, cocaine from main producing countries such as Colombia and Peru is also transported through Paraguay before continuing its journey to other markets around the world. Drug crimes in Paraguay do not stop at production and transportation, but also cause many serious consequences for society. Drug gangs regularly cause violence, corruption, and weaken the legal system. Police and government officials are sometimes bribed or threatened by these criminal organizations, making it more difficult to control and suppress drug activity. Number 8. The world's largest landlocked navy. You know, Paraguay is landlocked, but strangely they have a very powerful navy and are considered the largest landlocked navy in the world. Although landlocked, Paraguay's navy still has an important responsibility for protecting and controlling the major rivers that flow through the country, such as the Paraguay River and the Paraná River. The Paraguayan Navy's primary role is to protect the nation's interests on its rivers and lakes, while monitoring commerce and preventing crime on important waterways. The Paraguayan Navy also participates in humanitarian relief and rescue operations on the water. The Paraguayan Navy is still equipped with a large number of boats, fishing vessels, and diverse vehicles to carry out its missions. This includes patrol boats, transport ships, cargo ships, as well as modern intelligence and surveillance assets. Although the Paraguayan Navy is unlike the world's major navies, it still plays an important role in protecting national interests at home and demonstrating Paraguay's commitment to security and stability. This naval presence is not only a symbol of national strength, but also a testament to Paraguay's flexibility and creativity in its approach to security. Number 7. Snakes and piranhas are everywhere. If you go to Paraguay, it's best not to wander into flooded areas without local residents. Crocodiles, snakes, and piranhas are waiting for you everywhere. Paraguay, with its large and diverse river system, is an ideal environment for many animals, including snakes and piranhas in particular. Their appearance is not only part of natural ecology but also forms part of culture and folk legends in Paraguay. Snakes are common animals in Paraguay, living in a variety of environments, from tropical rainforests to savannas and plains. Several venomous snakes, such as boas, mambas, and cat-eyes, can all be found in Paraguay. However, not all snakes here are poisonous, and many are just beautiful wild animals and pose no danger to humans. Piranhas, with their sharp teeth and fearsome hunting habits, are also part of Paraguay's river landscape. They live in shallow rivers and lakes, often travel in herds and hunt vigorously. Although images of piranhas often cause shock and fear, in their natural environment, they only attack when they feel threatened or when they sense the smell of blood in the water. The presence of snakes and piranhas is not only part of Paraguay's unique natural landscape, but also part of the country's culture and folk legends. Stories and legends about these creatures are often passed down from generation to generation, creating wonder and fear in the hearts of Paraguayan people. Number 6. Must follow Catholic rules. You may not be Catholic, but once you arrive in Paraguay, you have to follow some of their rules because, in fact, Paraguay has more than 90% of the population Catholic. Following Catholic rules is not only part of religious beliefs but also part of Paraguayan culture and ethics. These principles include attending Mass on important occasions, such as Sundays and commemorative holidays, along with adherence to moral principles such as mercy, tolerance, and compassion. In addition to participating in religious ceremonies and rituals, following Catholic principles can also include fulfilling social obligations, such as helping the poor and those in need, along with respecting and loving everyone around you. In a country with a strong Catholic culture like Paraguay, following Catholic rules is not only part of personal religious practice, but also part of unity and identification with the community. If you are a foreign visitor to Paraguay and want to respect the local culture, following some Catholic rules can be a way to show respect and a spirit of harmony with the local community. Number 5. It is forbidden to call them mixed-race people. You know, Paraguayans are very similar to Spanish people, but it is forbidden for you to say they look like Spanish people. Paraguay is a diverse country, with about 80% of the population being of mixed descent, mainly between indigenous Guarani and Spanish people. However, the issue of ethnic identity and title is a complex and sensitive story. Despite the fact that Paraguayans are of mixed heritage, many people do not want to be called mixed due to the negative connotations and history of discrimination attached to the term. The term mixed race in many cultures often has a negative connotation, implying racial impurity, and often being associated with social prejudices. Paraguayans are proud of their rich cultural heritage, especially the combination of indigenous Guarani culture and Spanish influence. They often identify themselves based on nationality and culture rather than racial factors. Number 4. The heart of South America. While Brazil or Chile may stand out in South America, you should know that Paraguay is considered the heart of this region. Yes, Paraguay has been dubbed the heart of South America not only because of its geographical position at the center of the continent, but also because of its significant role in the history and culture of the area. Geographically, Paraguay is situated at the center of the South American continent, bordered by Argentina, Brazil, and Bolivia, with the Paraguay River running through the western part of the country. This position is not only a crucial link between neighboring countries, but also facilitates economic development and trade. Paraguay's history also plays an important role in defining this nickname. The country has experienced diverse historical phases, from Spanish colonization to periods of independence and economic development. Paraguay is also famous for the Paraguayan War, the largest war in South American history, which had profound effects on the nation's history and identity. Culturally, Paraguay is a melting pot of the indigenous Guarani culture and Spanish influence, creating a rich and diverse cultural tapestry. This blend is evident in the language, art, music, and cuisine of the country. With these factors, Paraguay is not just a prominent point on the map, but also a symbol of the cultural and historical diversity of South America. The nickname Heart of South America signifies Paraguay's importance and influence in the region, as well as the spirit of unity and understanding among neighboring nations. Number 3. Paraguay is a bilingual country. Although no one likes to be called half Hispanic, they are still happy to be told that their Spanish is very good. Paraguay is a bilingual country where both Spanish and Guarani are recognized as official languages. This is a unique and important feature of the country, reflecting Paraguay's diverse history and culture. Spanish was introduced to Paraguay during the colonial period when the Spanish conquered and ruled the land. This language became an important tool in administrative management and education, and still plays an important role in public life and business. Guarani, on the other hand, is the language of the indigenous Guarani people, one of the main ethnic groups in Paraguay before the arrival of the Spanish. After centuries, the Guarani language not only survived but also flourished and became an indispensable part of the cultural identity of the Paraguayan people. Guarani is widely used in daily communication, art, music, and folklore. Maintaining and developing both languages is not only a respect for cultural heritage, but also demonstrates the spirit of harmony between different peoples in Paraguayan society. The education system in Paraguay often teaches both Spanish and Guarani, ensuring that the younger generation is fluent in both languages. Number 2. Paraguay's literacy rate is higher than the United States. It sounds quite unbelievable that America is considered the country with the most advanced education in the world, and it is impossible to have a higher literacy rate than Paraguay. But in reality, it is quite the opposite. The literacy rate for people over 15 years old is about 95%, while in the US it is 86%. This means that, on average, more people in Paraguay can read and write than people in the US. However, it should be noted that a high literacy rate does not necessarily guarantee quality education or deep reading comprehension. Other factors, such as the level of education, educational pursuits, and development of literacy skills must also be considered. Although Paraguay has a high literacy rate, there are still many challenges in providing quality education and ensuring everyone has access to it. Meanwhile, America has a developed and advanced education system, but literacy rates may be lower due to population diversity and other social factors. Number 1. Largest water reserve in the world. Although landlocked with a strategic location in the center of the South American continent, Paraguay boasts an invaluable resource, the largest amount of fresh water in the world. The Paraguay River, a powerful ocean of water, flows through this land, providing abundant and immense water resources. This abundance of water is not only a source of life for plant and animal life, but also an important milestone for economic and social development. This ability to utilize water resources brings endless benefits to Paraguay. Water enriches the land, creating favorable conditions for strong agricultural development and the construction of wind and hydroelectric power systems. At the same time, water is also a source of clean, renewable energy, helping Paraguay progress toward a sustainable and developed future. However, protecting and managing this water resource also poses a big challenge for the Paraguayan government. It is necessary to implement measures to protect the environment and manage water resources systematically to ensure the sustainability of this precious resource for both present and future generations. Thank you for watching our video about 15 forbidden laws and strange things in Paraguay. We hope you have had entertaining moments and learned more about this unique South American country. Paraguay is a country with a rich culture and history, with many interesting things to discover. If you have the opportunity, try to travel here and experience the wonderful things that Paraguay has to offer.